Hello, everyone. What's happening? It's the 25 Minute Podcast. I'm your GM, Jason, and with me, I got everybody. I got the crew. What's going on? How we doing?
Not much. How's it going?
Hello. Just living the dream.
We be here. We doing it.
Doing
Doing it well.
My face is super chapped from hiking out in cold wind. So that's fun.
You were in Lake Superior?
We're by Lake Superior, yep.
Okay.
So there's the closest we get. I mean, they call them mountains. They're Minnesota mountains, so...
I imagine the weather, once you mix in lake effect, is probably quite similar, just wetter and colder in extension.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but if you got out too exposed, we got up on top and, no more trees. That's a kicker.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Mm-hmm. But no bugs, so, if you go out in Minnesota, it's
winter
mosquitoes.
hiking's great.
Mm-hmm.
I will gladly take no bugs. I do not like bugs.
Do not like the spam.
It's bad enough that we live in a state where cockroaches are fairly common.
And you
Same
probably
with
have
scorpions.
lots of, poisonous stuff.
Yeah,
what about rats?
Yeah, we got
I've seen
rats.
a few rats. We got a few rats here.
We thought we had rats for a little bit. Because my parents were hearing scratching in the attic that was above them. So it was either rats or a raccoon. But we weren't sure what it was.
Or squirrels?
Yeah, do you have little red
That
squirrels?
too. Could have been squirrels. We do have a tree. Because we figured out that the way that they were getting in is that there's a tree that has a branch that's near our roof. And yeah, that's GG at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, I love... Quick aside, while you guys have been having this conversation, Corey DM'd me, and he was like, hey, is this what you got your boyfriend for your anniversary? And I said, no. This is what I got him, and I sent him a picture of what I got him. For obvious reasons, I'm not stating it, because obviously my boyfriend's here.
Rattling
you
the
didn't send
bars
the
of my
rest of us a
cage.
picture yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, actually.
I'm rattling the bars of my cage. Let me know.
You don't get to know. You're gonna see it on our anniversary, you goon.
Well, you're not going to know what I got you for our anniversary either.
No, I like being surprised.
Surprises are good. As long as they're not the kind of surprises that end in grotesque bodily injury.
Agreed.
Fair.
Agreed.
Yeah. Very fair.
That's... Don't do that. I mean, I'm not going to kink shame anybody, but I'd rather not. I'd rather not have, grotesque bodily injury.
I'm so concerned.
Keep it in the mindscape.
Yeah.
And
have you seen the
not in
movie
bedroom.
American Nurse?
No.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Okay.
There's a lot of American insert word movies out there, and I'd say they've kind of started to blur.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just put
For
it. Let's just put it. The nurse and kink shame and grotesque bodily injury, and you could put two and two together. What kind of movie that is?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm
Starring
good.
Catherine Isabel.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the fact that it is grotesque and has to do with nurse and therefore medical shit, I'm already out.
Yeah. Anyway, now that we're on that subject, hamburgers. We decided we were going to talk about sandwiches. I don't know how I'm going to segue from that, but we were going to talk about favorite sandwiches.
You just did.
So we're just... Yeah, I just did. I just went for it, man. I just went for it. Favorite sandwiches. Something that Rachel can actually contribute to.
Yeah.
I can. I eat sandwiches, especially by Jackson's definition.
Yeah. Yeah, according to Jackson, there's lots of things that are sandwiches.
Yeah, all a sandwich needs is just a slice of bread somewhere in there.
Okay. The number of places
An open-faced sandwich is still a sandwich.
Yeah, and the number of places I've been where you order a steak sandwich and it comes on an open-faced piece of like garlic bread or an Italian baguette is quite common, and that's a sandwich of the highest order in some people's regards.
And you know what? If that counts as a sandwich, pizza is also a sandwich. But we are not ready for that conversation.
I thought pizza was a pie.
I'm ready for that conversation. Yeah.
That's amore.
Was pizza the pie or the sandwich?
But we're not ready for that conversation.
Oh man, that makes a calzone a ravioli.
It does. Correct.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
You know what? I can actually see considering like a calzone as a ravioli. They're formed in a very similar way, just with a different style of dough and filling.
Right.
Yep.
If it was smaller, it'd be really
Or are they
easy.
closer to a pierogi?
A pierogi would
Pierogies
also
are delicious.
pierogies would also be a ravioli. Just
Yeah.
I would say yeah.
Same with like
Polish
dumplings.
ravioli.
Wait, is ravioli
Anyway,
one of your categories
sandwiches.
of food? Oh.
Yes.
Sandwiches. Favorite sandwiches. Let's go. Let's do a round table here. Not favorite sandwich place. Favorite sandwich.
I used to be a big fan of meatball subs. That used to be my go-to whenever I go to Subway. And that was until I found out Jersey Mike's. And now my preferred sandwich is going to be something that's more. It's got like a lot of like salami and like prosciutto, yeah. And I like to get like the lettuce, onion, some jalapenos, and then the spices like the oregano, salt, pepper, and then hit it with lime juice, or not lime juice, red wine vinegar and olive oil. And that enhances the sandwich like crazy. But there is one other sandwich that I've never had but was theorized in college, which my buddies and I called the sloppy queso, which is just a sloppy Joe with queso on it.
I remember that you had a group chat that I heard fable stories about.
That's not an unheard of thing. I'm pretty sure I've had that
Yeah,
I've had
in the past couple months. Yeah, that sounds like a
I've had
normal
a sloppy
thing that I
Joe
would
with
eat.
cheese on it.
Yeah.
Even
that's a
straight up
normal
queso,
thing.
it's pre-melted cheese. It's easier to put it on sometimes.
I swear to God, when I was telling this idea to people like in college, they were looking at me like I had 3 heads or something.
Okay, but that's because they're small-minded freaks.
I agree.
Hey, sometimes you just got to open a kiosk that sells baked potatoes. You never know where
True.
it'll take you.
That's
Dude.
fair.
Yes.
The baked potato king. Do it.
For myself, I'm a simple sandwich guy. I love me a croissant, mustard, mayonnaise, lettuce, cheese, and then like a Montreal smoked meat or like a corned beef kind of style pastrami. If I can get a good pastrami, just that, nice and simple. But I want like 5 of them at a time.
Right on.
I can describe my sandwich because it's actually a sandwich I've been enjoying for a few weeks here as my breakfast sandwich. So I like having an everything bagel, but what I do is I do some mustard, some salami, some Colby Jack cheese, some green bell pepper. That's like fresh green bell pepper, and then I cook a fried egg. And I put a little bit of tahini on it. And I eat it. The egg has to be a somewhat runny, too.
Oh, obviously.
Obviously. And that's like a normal breakfast sandwich for me. But if we're talking about a sandwich that I've been gravitating towards more and more as of late, I will make something that's like a tuna melt. So I'll do it on sourdough bread. And I'll cook it up that way. But most of the time, tuna melts actually eat in corn tortillas.
Okay.
And they're actually really good that way.
Yeah, I believe it.
Just like fry them little bitches up. It's so good. Delicious. Tasty even.
I believe it.
It's an idea I've never had, but I'm not opposed to it.
Really good. Especially...
It's like a hybrid fish taco.
It's like a fish taco, but like... Yeah, especially because we do it with like a really good like... The Costco mozzarella cheese. They used to do... Costco used to do those big honkin' bricks of mozzarella. And they don't do it anymore. And this is my personal beef with Costco right now. They don't sell the big bricks of cheese anymore, and I don't know why.
Oh,
Because
they'll be back.
they have seasonal
They
items.
haven't been back. We've been looking for them. It's been gone for years.
Oh yeah,
Have
they're
you-
gone.
Have you had other beefs with Costco? You said right now.
I mean, the fact that they wanted to raise the price on the hot dogs, which you never raise.
But they
cannot
ultimately
raise-
didn't.
That's true.
Yeah,
Though they did raise the... No, they're getting rid of the churros. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Costco's
they did
getting rid of their churros.
They got rid of the
Costco
churros.
has
Yeah.
churros there.
Bro, all right, Corey. We need to take you to a Costco so you can actually enjoy the wonders that is a Costco. Because
We have hot dogs and fries and pizza and like that kind of stuff at
Chicken
our,
bake.
at our Costco's.
The
we
chicken
got-
bake.
the chicken bake.
We got to
You
take
put
Corey
the
to
hot dog in the chicken bake.
What? Okay, no.
What's a
I'm
chicken
not
bake?
prepared for that conversation. That was
Listen-
something.
Listen,
That was
I'm
a
the,
lot.
I'm the food criminal here, and even that made me make a face.
No, it's delicious.
I wasn't ready for that kind of heat.
And then you wrap it in the pizza, and then you eat it.
You
Okay, you
sound
know what?
like
You're
a
onto
stoner.
something here.
You sound like a stoner, my man.
No, okay.
Sounded pretty good to me.
It's time to
so-
bring out my Leshy NPC, Gus. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
Gus.
This is reminding me. There's a restaurant, if you want to call it that started in Denver called Fat Shack.
Oh my
And-
god.
Oh boy, is it awful! But it's the stoner sandwich place.
It's the
Like-
epic mealtime of restaurants.
Like you can get a sandwich there that has chicken strips, like fried chicken strips, mozzarella sticks, French fries, and drowned in buffalo sauce. And that's just a sandwich.
Delicious. That sounds
a-
Sounds good to
amazing.
me, yeah.
It's
It
horrible.
sounds good,
It's
but don't
horrifying.
forget what you're putting into your body and what
I'm
that's
gonna
about
eat all
to do
those
to
things
it.
on a plate anyways.
Well,
The
Yeah.
last time I had Fat Shack, I got very sick.
You had food poisoning.
Yeah, it's just
all
in the
right.
convenient vessel of a sandwich.
Rachel, what's your sandwich?
I mean, I would probably just eat grilled cheese because
Oh,
easier
good
is
call.
better.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Grilled cheese and tomato soup.
yeah.
So I have
grilled-
Sometimes I put pesto in with like inside the bread.
Ooh, we got
Yeah,
elevated grilled
fancy.
cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question for you then with grilled
Yeah.
cheese, because grilled cheese can be, for some reason, controversial. Do you consider a grilled cheese to be just bread and cheese, or can I put meat in it and it still is considered a grilled cheese? there's a school
am
of
the
thought
wrong
where if it's-
person to ask, but I assume you
enough.
can. There was a grilled cheese sandwich where I went to college, like a shop that just made grilled cheese, and I feel like some of those had meat in them.
Yeah, there's a school of thought that I've seen many times with grilled cheese where if it is anything other than meat and cheese, it is a melt. And I'm like, that's just being pedantic.
Well, what's that one with the cut up meat, the Philly cheese?
The Philly cheesesteak?
Grilled cheese steak.
Yeah, that's right, like a cheese and meat in a sandwich, so that could
I
be
feel
grilled
like-
cheese. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd
I don't
consider
know.
that a grilled cheese just
What
because
kind
it's
of
its
bread?
own thing.
We're getting really into the weeds of sandwich theory.
All right.
Call us Matt Pat because we be making sandwiches out here.
This is a sandwich theory.
Thanks for listening.
I'm sad that he's not doing stuff anymore.
Dude, there's a lot of OG YouTubers that are going to retire or that are
Yep.
retiring.
Yep.
I'm happy for them, but man, it's weird. It's that kind of era in between. I'm happy for them though. They deserve
Yeah.
it.
All right.
Matt Pat, let me be a part of your show. This is a called shot right now. If you listen to this podcast,
Call your shot, Lunar.
I'm
Call
calling
your
my shot right now. Matt Pat, let me be on. It'd be so funny to have a VTuber talk about Sonic.
All right. Should we get
Yes.
going with the game?
Let's
Yes.
do it.
All right. So last time you all played, you found an abandoned village on your way to the inland of the Moonshadow Isle. Deciding not to walk through the entrance because of potential, I don't know, traps or enemies,
Yeah.
you all decided to scale the barricades and didn't really find anything or anyone because the village was mostly abandoned. And I'll get to the mostly part in a second, because you did find a pool of clear, clean water, which you filled your water skins with. And then on the biggest building in this little village, Zaba entered, closed the door, had a conversation with a ghost, grabbed a cutlass, critically failed a will save, and proceeded to explore the rest of the village with the party. You all had some fights with some weird, crazy creatures that nobody managed to recall knowledge on.
Oop.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah,
So
no one did. We all just kind of were like terrified.
So I'm not going to tell you what they were or anything. But yeah, you didn't find. You found these weird. They're weird, like I think you called them Halo.
Like the Arbiter.
Elite.
Yeah.
Halo Elite Arbiters with like.
It's Demogorgon vibes.
Yeah, weird Demogorgon vibes, and they were able to like spew out some toxic shadow from their armor. Made a bunch of you sick, and
Made us all sick.
Yeah,
Especially
but you did manage to take them
Vesuviac.
out. You did manage to take them out, and you did find some balls of worms inside this bunkhouse, and that's where we left off.
And then we were gonna go back to the main house, but Zaba said, "Don't go in the front door. I took a shit in that room."
True, Zaba did claim that he dropped a fatty deuce in the main room.
Patty Dukes.
So we're going in the back door.
Vesuviac has a weak tummy, so he's definitely not going in there.
Yes, very weak tummy.
Logical thinking, yep.
Weak tummy dragon.
Whoa.
Yeah, that fight was a pain in the ass because of the blur.
Listen, that's one thing they don't tell you about the Lux Eterna ritual is that it makes your stomach horribly weak.
Going this way, right?
As we make our way out the front of this house, I think we came in the back originally.
Yes.
Do we see any, like, tread marks from carts or signs of recent life here? Since
Yeah,
we're
so
kind
let me
of
read
near
you the
front of
flavor.
gate.
Yeah, let me read you the flavor text for the village gate. The path leading deeper into the island runs past a wooden palisade that's in poor repair. A large wooden gate stands in the wall, slightly ajar, revealing a small village of ramshackle huts. There's no sign of activity in the village, and next to the gate is a crude sign reading Lawbreakers Rest. But the word rest has been crossed out and replaced with the word roost, which has been crossed out and replaced with the word rest again.
Alright. This place seems to have some ownership dispute going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
to us now.
there's, I guess the only other thing of note is, yeah, there's just a bunch of these buildings which are in great disrepair, and the bigger buildings that you went through half of the one and you just went through the second. There is a pile of what looks like some kind of supplies right next to the main gate, but it's, yeah, other than that, not a whole lot.
Is there any rope?
Well, it's just building materials. So, I'm guessing, yeah, there's probably rope.
Okay, back up, everyone.
Oh shit. Oh god.
We haven't really seen the back part of this village. I kind of want to wander over behind the large building. I feel like that would be safe to be calling it like a town hall.
Yeah,
I
we
just
should
wanna
definitely
wander-
go in to the back part of that building too,
Yeah.
right?
There's a back door around here.
Oh shit, is it really?
Yeah, there's looks to be a back door. It leads into the same area that the other door Zaba told us was okay to go in was. It doesn't lead into his toilet.
Oh. Well fuck, you can go check that out.
His literal outhouse.
of that room.
Okay. You come in, Zaba. You usually open doors for us, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was just making sure to hide my shame.
You don't have to be ashamed.
Yeah, I mean
Oh, you haven't seen the mess I made in there.
It's like a cat.
I guarantee you I've seen worse.
I've seen worse.
You guys have spent a lot of time around 13-foot-tall frog demons.
You've
no,
not
but I
spent
spent
a lot of
I
time.
spent time around a lot of bars.
Yeah,
Usually it's just some shit there.
You haven't
He's
spent
not
time around
literally.
dragons either.
Zaba will just open the door with his hand that isn't holding
Are you
a
standing
weapon.
on Vesuvia? Where's Vesuvia?
No, he's off to the right.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right. So this is a storage shed. It's large, and you see a bunch of rough logs and overlapping leaves containing a variety of casks, barrels, and boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Nearest the entrance is a large anvil set on a flat stone. There's a few tools and planks of lumber and sawed-off pieces of wood scattered about. But yeah, that's about it. It's just a storage shed.
Hey, it looks pretty safe to me, but it's a bit crowded. I don't think I'm going to fit inside. Timothy, why don't you go check this out?
Sure. Why not? Timothy's just gonna waltz on in there then.
Watch for traps, Timothy.
Sure. So, Timothy walks on into the room. I guess perception check on the area?
You're searching the shed.
Yeah, I'm searching sheds.
Okay, so yeah, make me a secret perception check.
Gotcha.
All right, beautiful.
Sick.
So yeah, there's no traps in here. You take a look around. There's no traps or anything. What you do find is that most of the stuff in here is fairly useless. But one of the crates you find is a crate full of alchemical supplies. Now, individually, these alchemical supplies aren't all that valuable, but you do think that altogether they could be used to create a variety of different effects. And what I will show you is that you got this thing that you can take a look at.
I'm gonna peek.
Go ahead, take a look at it. And that is another resource that you can add to your resources list.
Shit. Hell yeah. Pyre combustibles.
Pyre combustibles.
Cool. I pressed the loot button, I think.
Now you can, we'll have to drag it to your,
Oh, okay. Give me a second.
drag
here.
it to your stash.
I will drag it to stage.
To your stash.
Yes.
I forget, is this main building 1 story or 2 stories?
Just one.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, Timothy puts it in the stash and looks it over a little bit. Feels like this is Chekhov's thing, set it up, something here. And nothing else of note is here, right?
No.
Okay. Timothy, I guess, peeks his head back out through here. He's like, hey, there was, really just one thing of note in there. Just, some combustible stuff, alchemist things. I bet you I can make something with it, though.
Are you good at making stuff?
I dabble.
Okay. Well, we'll just give you some space. Let us know when you want to do that.
Yeah. No. I'll let you know when I decide I want to.
Maybe no dabbling on my boat.
On my boat.
Your boat?
It's like a group possession thing. If we
It's
all
our
respect
boat,
it as
then.
if it's ours or mine, then, it will be taken better care of by me in exchange.
As long as
There
we all
is-
remember that I found the boat, and it cost several of my friends their lives.
Yes,
Technically-
they should have been stronger, but I wasn't there. Maybe it
Whoa.
was just really brutal.
There is something that is frustrating me, though, in that even though we found this stuff, it doesn't give us any leads on the thief.
Yeah.
Are you absolutely, completely certain, Zaba, that there is nothing in there leading to their location?
I
Oh,
can.
maybe you wiped your ass with a map or something?
No, I don't wipe.
Okay. I take a 5-foot step back.
I do something. Because I see a door. Timothy's gonna go back in. Can I open that door? The one that's to the left of him, I guess, on the map? Yeah, it's left.
Yeah, it's open.
Okay, Timothy slowly opens up a door. He's like, I'm gonna check something out really quick. I'll be right back, guys.
I think this is like the Zaba Terminator arm through the window that he's standing next to slam that door closed if he can make the reach. I can't see into the room from where I stand, but if it's going into the room he believes he took his big deuter in big old quote marks, he would like to do his best to prevent said action.
You want
casually
to go through the walls?
It's the most direct line, so it'd probably be what comes to him immediately in the moment. It's what came to me immediately in the moment, so it seems right.
Let me look up hardness real quick in
Yeah.
TF2E.
Yeah,
I need to look up what the hardness rolls on wooden walls are.
It's probably not something we expected to look up tonight.
No, I did not. Wooden structure. Here we go. Wooden wall. Okay. So I guess that would be, if you want to do, it would be a fist. So make a fist strike. And see if you can break through these walls.
Tear down these walls, Zaba. Break down the establishment.
Tear
Disrespect
down
your
the walls.
I mean, the building looks like it's not in good shape. I mean, the
Oh, yeah.
walls are,
but still.
We don't want
We
building
believe
to
in you.
collapse with Timothy inside.
Yeah.
That is 27 total with a 14 on the die.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's a hit. I need you to roll the damage just to see if we can overcome that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know if my fist will technically do enough damage.
Yeah.
That's max roll on it for 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh no, that's minimum roll.
minimum. Yeah.
No, like, what?
Oh yeah, dude. No. So a wooden structure has a hardness of 10
Yeah, that's what I
with
figured.
40 hit points. And I would say that it's already in disrepair, so I'm dropping the hit points down to 25. So, but you still didn't overcome the 10 hardness.
Yeah, that's fair, but the problem with hardness is that's an entire wall, not just a rotting board with an arm plunged through it. But that's how the game works.
Yeah, and you technically have to go through 2 walls, so that's why I'm counting it as 1 full hardness, because there's 2 walls technically between you and Timothy. Yeah.
I think Timothy does jump when he hears what sounds like a fist hitting a wall. He's like, what the fuck?
Probably through the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, your fist made it through the first wall, for sure. It's just, you didn't make it through the second wall, so there's a hole in the first wall.
Whoa, this building is rotting. I leaned against it and just kind of fell through. You should get out of there.
Do you need a minute, Zaba?
Vesuviac watched that happen.
Yeah, still standing right next to Zaba.
So yeah, Timothy...
You punched the wall.
So Timothy, I can go over the flavor text for this room again. The room is draped in pirate flags. There's an open sea chest that's filled with a bunch of fine clothing, and there's a frame that's supporting a hammock that would be more suitable on a ship rather than in a forest village. There is a rough map tacked to one wall, and strange globs of black resin on another wall, forming this humanoid silhouette, almost like a blast shadow. So if you think like the nuclear blast shadows.
Oh, that's haunting. Thanks, man. I hate it, but
Yeah.
rad.
And then among the blast shadow are tiny chunks of bone, skin, hair, and viscera that have been embedded into the wall. Again, almost like somebody exploded against the wall.
Yeah.
Now, there used to be a gleaming cutlass jammed point first in the floor, but you notice that there is no cutlass there anymore. There is a cut in the floor where the cutlass used to be.
Okay.
There is no giant deuce
I was about to ask.
that a frog demon has laid.
What do you think that blast shadow is?
I was gonna make that joke of like, where's the black?
What do you think
That's
that
him
those
gripping and ripping it.
what do you think those bones and viscera are?
You know, honestly.
Probably eat the mixed diet.
I hate these mental images that this is conjuring for me.
Oh my god. Timothy peeks, like, Timothy's looking into this room. Definitely sees the lack of frog shit. He's just looking at this room. I think he even says, Zaba, you pretty sure he took a shit in this room?
Did you not see the wall?
You shit on a wall, Zaba?
I am an explosive. In both action on battlefield, bedroom, and bathroom.
I take another step back.
Fuck, I'm trying to think if Timothy would go in. I think he would just because he's like, something's up and he doesn't like this. Yeah, let me look at something real quick though. He's gonna go in. I don't want to do this, but he wants to go in.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
He's just gonna look over everything. Anything of note? Because I know he definitely notes where the cutlass was, or at least that cut mark. And Timothy has seen the cutlass be used because Zaba did grab it. He's like, so that's okay. That's where he got this from.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Yeah.
everything I told you is probably what Timothy can glean from without actually spending time to search and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Like, he's gonna actually, I think, after like a moment or two of being in this room, looking around it, he is gonna come back out. Hey, Zaba?
He walked away a minute ago.
What do you mean he walked away?
He's just around the building there. I think he needs a minute.
Oh, shit. Hey, there was no mess in there. I mean, not from Zaba. It looked like someone exploded in there.
So it could have been from Zaba. Killed someone.
You know, we haven't seen him shit.
No, I mean like he hit someone so hard they exploded.
But why try and cover it up?
I don't know.
That's-
You've seen how he acts after he rages. It's all embarrassed and...
He's never used that excuse.
You're welcome to go
Zaba
talk to him.
Otrov? Yeah, like...
Should we go
Timothy's
talk to him?
like-
Have a little conversation?
I would love to talk to him.
Cool.
Did he punch the wall? I thought I heard a punch.
Yeah, he 100%
Just a
punched the
little bit.
wall.
What the shit?
I'm gonna go south around this building. You guys wanna go the other way?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Zaba.
In the meantime, Zaba's just opened this door and is looking in this southern shack.
Sorry. Sil was pointing at this little building.
Oh, that little building?
Oh.
Gotcha. Okay.
I thought you were pointing at the main one. Whoops.
Sorry.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
okay.
so Zaba's just further looting the village, making sure there's nothing else of consequence in these buildings.
Yeah, nothing.
Hey.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Zaba, we, just want to talk. We know how you get sometimes when you lose your temper, and you don't really like to talk about it, but if we're gonna work together, we kind of need to know what's going on. Did you lose your cool in that room?
It's nothing to worry about, It was a chance encounter from my past, better left alone, dead, and splattered against the wall without further question. Now it won't come to haunt us.
That's great. I definitely know how that is. We do need to, check out that room more thoroughly. You want to stay out here?
I will handle it, This individual and I, we spent a bit of time together. I wouldn't say it was altogether positive, but, it wasn't all negative. I learned some things from them. And I didn't, intend to splatter them with the force of a sun against the wall, but, I reached into the pouch and out came the hammer. And, he did some shit thing to me in the past. And, yeah. So I'll go in. I'll drag anything out that's
Well,
important.
one of us will
Hold on a
probably go
second,
in
Zaba.
with you there, Zaba. Go
Hold
ahead.
on a second, Zaba. I didn't hear a fight break out when you went in there the first time.
It wasn't much of a fight,
I didn't even hear the sound of anything getting hit against something.
It, like those ink things we fought where you smack them and they just kind of turn into a puddle. Imagine that, but with like more bone and viscera.
Which
I
one
think-
of us do you want to go with you? Oh, go ahead.
I think Vesuviac's just not even gonna wait for the team up. I think he's just gonna start walking towards that door.
Oh, shit.
Hey, it looks like he's got it under control. Be careful. Marni was, character.
Marni.
Marni.
Okay. Where exactly was that splatter in this room?
Against the back wall.
The back wall? Okay. I would like to go up to it and see if I can figure out just kind of anything from the viscera. I think I'm mainly trying to figure out if this was like actually a humanoid that got exploded, or if that was just a part of like a magical spell that was used. I just kind of want to get more like, I want to do an autopsy basically.
Well, there's not really any. There's no body. It's all just been the corpse has been exploded.
It don't blow it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the map that was in the room, did it have any markings on it, or was it just a map of the island?
Yeah. So the wall-mounted map, it's just basically a very crude sketch of Moonshadow Island. It shows the beach that you landed upon, the winding path leading inland to the forest. It shows the village that you're currently in, marked on the map as a cluster of like basically crudely drawn squares surrounded by the palisade. The fortress is basically depicted as just like a wooden structure with a big gate in the middle. And there's a single glob of tarry resin stuck on the map near the fortress.
I want to touch it. Is it like sticky to the touch? Is it still wet, or is it dried?
It's still wet. Like it's still sticky.
Can I try and figure out what it is?
1 second. So between the fortress and the village is a section on the path where she drew some like tuft reeds and what looks like a house with a cauldron inside the like the five-sided house drawing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the map, it clearly isn't to scale, and it's not at all precise. It's very crude, but it's sufficient enough to show you where to go. So you know that the next thing that you're going to run into is this house with a cauldron that has some reeds by it, and then the fortress that has this glob of tar on it.
Okay.
As far as the glob of tar, you want to know, you want to try to identify what that is.
Yeah, because I want to take this map down and roll it up and bring it with me, but I also want to wipe that tar off and don't want to do it if it's something important.
Yeah. So how about you just roll me just a standard recall knowledge check from your HUD, and we'll see what you get.
Recall knowledge. Where's
It's in the extras, the 3 boxes.
There it is. Okay.
All right. Let's see here. You have, and let's see. No, you're not sure what this is.
Okay. Then what I want to do then is, with the healer's kit that I have, I would assume I have like bandages and stuff, right? I want to go ahead and wipe off the tar with some bandages and roll up those bandages and keep them with me. So that way, if we find someone that could identify the tar, I can give it to them.
Yeah,
And then I want to take down the map, roll it up, and take it with me.
sounds good. Meanwhile, while that's going on, what are the three of you doing back by the small hut?
Zaba's still just searching buildings. He would have searched all three of these by now if nobody had stopped him.
No, I'm not gonna stop him.
Yeah,
He's looking for plunder.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna stop him. I'm just kind of looking at Zaba, like Timothy has like that nervous face and like kind of looks to Syl, almost like he's not a big fan of what Zaba's been telling them, and he wants to press, but right now he's just like he's not gonna press because obviously he knows about one to being like not telling about trauma from the past.
Syl's, exchanging this glance with Timothy, keeping a perspective where they can see kind of where everyone is, and then say, Zaba, did you need to do anything else in that house before we leave? I mean, I know you hated this, what'd you say, Marni, but, do you want to, I don't know.
I might go take a look around, see if anything, worthwhile's in there, but I bet Vesuviac will find anything good and store it away for his hoard,
That's true. He probably will. I meant more pay your respects, put the body to rest, or desecrate the now grave of this person. Anything like that.
If I can burn the building down, that will be really great. It's been a hot minute since I got to burn down a structure.
Yeah. I don't see any reason not to burn this one down. Yeah?
Yeah,
I mean,
cool.
village is abandoned, but these are people's homes.
Are they, though?
Is there anything in here? They're gonna need to rebuild anyways. Look, all these roofs are rotten. All these paths are overgrown.
Practice it.
Palisade barely keeps me out. It didn't keep me out.
Yeah, it didn't keep you out. Practice said, I don't think there's anybody that we need to worry about who lives on this island, right?
Fair
It's mostly
enough.
smugglers and whatnot.
I mean, if you want to burn down these houses, be my guest. I'm not going to take part of that.
It'll be like the good old times.
That make you feel better.
Sure.
We'll do it as we leave.
Sure.
I
For sure.
imagine you, smaller folks probably need sleep.
You slept not too long ago. You can see how Vesuviac's feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was recent or not. I am so strong that rests are not that big of a deal for me. I just
Since you won't let Vesuviac patch you up the normal way, we've got to make sure his magic crap is all charged up.
that magic crap is pretty convenient.
You're lucky I also have that red woman, Carrie, with me too.
Yeah, bread lady's nice.
Who's your? Oh, so it's the your last active apparition was the witness to the ancient battles.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's currently not active right now, though. He had possessed my body, and then Timothy immediately took back over after the battle kind of dropped.
Yeah, but he's the one that is prepared. Like he's the active one. He's not possessing you, but he is the active apparition.
Yeah,
so,
he is an active apparition right now.
So he that's the skills that. Mm-hmm. Okay, I just wanted to see what skills you're boosted up to.
Gotcha.
I'm guessing if Zaba proceeded to check every one of these buildings, he's not going to find anything interesting?
No, absolutely not. They've all been ransacked pretty much already.
By the time he gets to the fifth one that's empty, he's stopped opening doors and now he's just kind of smashing doors open with an open hand.
Jesus.
But yeah, he'll work his way through this whole village unless somebody says it's time to hit the road because we have an objective.
Once he moves away, so we'll move over next to Timothy.
Hey.
Hey, I mean, he's obviously full of shit, but also,
Yeah, obviously.
you know, if he's willing to smash buildings to stop you from seeing, we probably want to just go along with it, yeah?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
The fuck could he be hiding?
Do you think this Marni is a real person, or do you just make up a name?
I think it's a real person. I think that's a real person.
Yeah. I mean, Vesuviak's good with dead bodies, right? He'll probably come back with some knowledge.
Yeah. But he might need more help.
Yeah,
He's distracted with destroying bodies.
Zaba, if you want to help him, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be back, I promise. I'll be like 2 minutes max, probably. Timothy's gonna start running back over to the house because he doesn't like. He knows Zaba's a big boy, or not Zaba. Vesuviak's a big boy. He can handle himself. At the same time, he's like, no, I'm gonna go check up on my friend, my homie, my fella. So he's gonna come run over to Vesuviak.
Okay. Yeah. After Vesuviak grabbed the map, so he was already like getting ready to leave the room. So.
Yeah, Timothy runs back into the room, and he's like, hey. So TLDR. Zaba fucking hates this place, or rather, he's destroying places. He's destroying the houses, wants to burn this place down, essentially.
I'd prefer if he didn't.
Yeah, that's what I said too, but he punched a hole right nearby where I was at, like, you know, when I was trying to open up the door, from what I'm being told, so...
Yeah, I watched it happen.
Yeah, okay. So did you figure out anything in this room?
No. I tried figuring out what happened to the person that was in this room before. There's not enough for me to go off of. A chunk of flesh here and there is not going to be enough to knit together a story of what actually happened. So that, unfortunately, is going to be lost to us unless we have some way to turn back time in this room only or some shit like that. Other than that, the map on the wall at least provided some insight. We at least know a general direction to go, and it looks like that there is a house with a cauldron on the way to the forest that we need to go to. I assume it's a witch's house, but
Ugh, great.
we at least have a direction to go now.
Timothy's gonna do a moment, or think for something here. Like, he's gonna take a moment in, like, this scene, and he has his, like, hands on his hip, kind of like a dad. You know, the dad pose of... and he lets, like, in a deep inhale, in and out. Like, alright, Marni, if you're in this room, can you give us a sign?
Nada.
Cool. Shit. I took a cold shot. You know, ghosts and all that shit. I'm curious, though. Like, Timothy's not picking up anything weird at all about this room. Nothing at all. I know you said I looked at it first glance. If I were to, like... Is there a way to, like, maybe check it for, like, ghost vibes? See if maybe something lingers here?
So, let me see. Let me check your...
Yeah,
your
go for it.
skills.
I was curious. I just wanted to see. It's got, like, a cold
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not with the skills that you have, no.
Beans. Alright.
Would I... Because here's the thing that Vesuviak's cracking into his brain. Do I know if swords or weaponry can be cursed to change the personality of the wielder?
So yeah, you would know about cursed items. You do know, yeah, you would definitely know about that. Now, is this item? You would have to actually take some time to look at it. And Zaba has not given you any opportunity to look at his cutlass.
I think Vesuviak...
Because he immediately sheathed it, and y'all went to this thing, and Zaba's had that thing in hand the entire time, and sheathed, and so there's no... You haven't had any peek at the cutlass beyond just, you know, the... What was it? minute and 10, 12 seconds of combat that you had.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Vesuviac is going to close the door.
Okay.
He's going to look at Timothy and say, if something happened to Zaba in the room, it has to do with that sword that he has now. Has to be. There's nothing in this room that catches my attention, but he walked in, shut the door, walked out with a sword, and now he's acting differently. He punched a wall trying to prevent you from going into this room.
I think that's something he would have done, to be fair. Just
He wouldn't have
normally.
I don't think he would have had a reason to otherwise.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's been given us shaky reasons for why not to go in this room either. I think he has a cursed sword. I'm going to ask him directly about that. I just want you to know so that way if shit breaks out, you at least have my back.
Timothy looks to you, and I think he lightly punches your arm. It's like, I've always got your back.
Well,
If you need me
I
to,
guess.
we can. If I see him about to pull some shit, I can ask a certain lady to possess me and entangle him.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that. And
No, what?
Suvek's gonna open the door and look for Zaba.
Man, wow, that was a big piece of shit on the floor. Damn, that's crazy.
He already knows the jig is up.
Yeah,
Don't
I
worry
know.
about it.
I imagine it's around this time Zaba's coming over to Syl and goes,
I've been checking out, the tree separation from the buildings to the forest, and I really think if I burn this place, it's just going to, burn the forest. So, I guess we can leave it alone this time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know much about burning villages, so whatever you think is best.
Yeah, I'm not trying to cause an ecological disaster here. It's not my thing.
Right.
I'm a good guy,
Mm-hmm. And we want to get back to the ship, so that'd be hard with the fire.
I would like to get back to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you and I are finally starting to see eye to eye about Kalupi.
I mean, we're not going to kill him.
Hey, maybe somebody breaks onto the ship in the night, and, the prince is murdered, and then we valiantly kill the assailant.
Uh-huh.
And then we are heroes, and it's not, we didn't kill the prince, we avenged him.
Sure, but if you haven't been paid yet, and we show back up without the prince, then I don't know if they're going to give us our money.
I imagine the king knows that, the sea is a dangerous place.
That's true. That's true.
I hear stories about people washing up on beaches all the time,
Do you?
Yeah, I've heard a few.
Tell me about them.
I heard this one, there was this, when the ones with the fur, washed up on this beach, 3 islands over from here, and, they only spoke this different language, and it was really weird until they found this mage who could cast, this language spell. Yeah, It found out that they were, super far from home.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. I mean, that does happen. But Kalupi, I mean, we need to talk to the crew first, right? I'm sure
You are the crew.
I am a crew. What about the first mate, the doctor?
Who
How
chose
will they
them?
react? Not me.
Who picked
The
them?
prince chose them. I only chose you
Yeah,
guys.
and they can go with the prince. On these islands, there's lots of doctors and, sailors.
I thought you liked
So
the
you're-
first mate.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they're pretty alright. They make, I've made serious inroads. They may back us up in this claim. And by claim, I mean it's rightfully yours.
That is correct. It is my ship, and the prince serves his purpose. When he stops serving his purpose, we'll see what happens to him. That's not.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
is not
well, shall we,
Greenfield.
shall we hit the road, I guess? Or...
Yeah, let's check with Vesuviac if he needs to sleep. See how his tummy's doing.
Yeah, he does get that upset tummy anytime something scary happens.
Yeah, he does. We all have our weaknesses.
He's been spending a lot of time in that room. Maybe he's making a deposit of his own,
I had to fight an alchemist to find the formula for Pepto-Bismol.
We'll circle back
Give me
around.
like a few hours. I can potentially make it.
What's the alchemical recipe for Tums?
Bone marrow.
So yeah, I guess we pretty well. I guess
Straight up
we
bone
would
marrow.
Yeah.
look to meet up probably kind of central village. And I know we examined this like natural spring before, but how deep is it?
You know, that's a great question. Let me take a look
Even if it's non-consequential, if it's of interest, Zaba will swim down to the bottom of it. If not, then Zaba swam down as far as he could, but it was shallow. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not of interest or anything. It's just
Cool.
clean water for you all to fill up your whatchamacallit, your
I'm sure it's super clean now.
I was gonna
Totally
say,
fine.
you've tainted their water, so
Great. The
their
water
home's
supply has been
destroyed one
poisoned.
way or the other. Hey, Timothy, Zaba's thinking
Yeah.
maybe we don't burn the village after all.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
I am
Vesuviac, do you need a
Yeah.
rest? Oh,
I'm fine.
Go ahead.
I still have plenty of healing left. I can keep going. But Zaba, that new sword you got. Mind if I take a look at it? It's the
You know,
last thing
it's,
from the room we haven't inspected.
Yeah, there's nothing to it. You know, I've checked it out thoroughly. It is a personal belonging of mine, and I would respect your understanding that I am going to hold on to it amongst my other weaponry. If at some time I throw it at an opponent and you decide to pick it out of their corpse, feel free to inspect it. But, you know, I'm always ready. You don't gotta keep the blades on. Plus, my
Sees-
sharpening cycle's running.
See, Zaba, as much as I would love to trust you with that, ever since that sword has gone into your hand, you've done nothing but lie to us.
You know, I lied to you all the time. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Will you at least let me confirm that my suspicion is wrong?
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah.
He'll just kind of draw it and hold it and just kind of wave it back and forth.
Yeah, you
So-
know, it is just a nice cutlass.
Give me Vesuvia. Give me a blind religion check
Okay. Sounds good.
or secret religion check.
Okay. Secret.
All right.
There's a question mark on the die for a question mark?
All right. That, I will tell you, was a critical success.
Oh, shit. Whoop,
So,
whoop.
what you know, he rolled a 17, by the way.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
What you know, and the reason you
Yeah,
weren't
that's a
able to
crit.
roll this, Timothy, is because you had to be expert in either Arcana or religion, and you are neither.
I'm trained. That's the most I got.
The only person who is expert in either of these is Vesuviac, and it's in religion. All right. So what you understand when you take a glance at this sword. Now you don't know the particulars of the sword, but you understand that it is very possible that a curse within this cutlass could bind somebody's essence, and in particular through your, because you rolled a success, I will give you this. In particular, what you also notice is that, or what you also know is that from your past, you have heard of something called the Curse of the Pirate Blade. Now, you've only ever thought of this as a rumor, but now that you're actually seeing the way Zaba is acting, and you're seeing the actual weapon itself, you think that this might be the fabled pirate blade that is the curse. That is the cursed one. And what the rumors you've heard in the past are that the curse of the pirate blade can basically, how do I want to put this? I want to be vague enough, but without giving too much away. Oh, so hold on. Let me see here. It will. The pirate blade has an effect where it can compel the wielder to try to essentially become the alpha in the group. Kind of assert their dominance. But you also know that this is that it usually only lasts for a certain amount of time, and the wielder generally has the ability to shake it off after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, but would Zaba do that?
Zaba, I can smell the curse on that blade from here.
Hey, that probably makes it extra powerful, no?
It makes things more difficult for you specifically.
Not so far. You see the work I did in that room? I think you are worrying too much, my friend. Let's just get on the road, get some fresh air. The musty buildings must be, glowing with your brain.
Zaba, I'm not worried about your effectiveness in combat. I'm worried about what's going to happen when we get back to the ship.
We will kill Kalupi. We will sail out to sea.
That's exactly what I was hoping you were going to say. You need to promise me right now, under oath, that you will not attempt to kill or overthrow anybody on that ship while you are under this blade's curse.
I'm not going to make a stupid promise. Syl says kill, I kill.
Then you can put the blade back in that shop and we can start going. If you're not going to take the oath, then you can put the blade back.
I'm not much of one for oaths. That's how, you get cursed, you get stuck in fields, you get trapped in minuscule bodies, a portion of their power.
Zaba, I'm telling you to take the oath because you are cursed.
I've been told that before. Don't stress it. It'll be fine. Let's go find this thief.
While this conversation is going on, Timothy is saying that these two are both not backing down. I think he's whispering into his head, like, I need help. And he is going to do his best to not show any sign that he has changed from being Timothy to being Carrie. And because I imagine that the ghost overhear most conversations, and Carrie, by the way, for the listeners at home, is the custodian of groves and gardens. She currently... Red Lady, yeah. She currently is watching this conversation go on through Timothy's eyes. And I think for sure Syl probably sees the color change in Timothy's eyes of being a lot more green. And you can see that his fingers are like twitching, almost like they're getting ready to cast a certain spell. But they have not yet. They're waiting for the response, and they look back to Vesuviac.
Vesuviac, if he notices that you're going to try and cast a spell, he's going to raise a claw to stop you, just like, don't.
He's not yet. She's holding on to it. She's not doing it yet. Okay. She's saying, like, this is just as backup, just in case.
Yeah. I think Vesuviac will just look at Zaba and go, listen, I understand that's a good blade, and if you want to keep the blade, fine. But there is a curse associated with that blade, and you need to shake that curse. And...
Oh, yeah. They fall off me like poison. They only last... how long do these things last?
Can be days, can be months, depends on you.
Oh! Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll be done with it in, if I am even cursed, I feel fine. I feel normal. I don't know what you were talking about. I think you're a little bit paranoid, maybe from all the sickness. I understand, being sick can affect your, brain temperature and make you a little bit more, shaky and paranoid, and, you're not, you're not in your, comfortable home. Instead, we're in this gross village, and, I feel fine. But, if I feel I wake up in the morning and I feel different, I'll throw the sword in a latrine or something.
Vesuviac, do you know much about curses? Do you know how to break them? Can you do your magic stuff? maybe ask that goddess of yours?
I do
She
have a
cares a lot
dispel.
about you, right?
She does. I do have a dispel magic spell as well that I could try. But if they're... This is the curse of the pirate blade, is what we're dealing with here. And
Oh,
it's...
it's even got a cool name. Let's go.
Well, what it's going to do is that it's going to make Zaba try and be top dog and be the leader. Hence why he called it his ship earlier.
I'm always top dog.
Exactly what I'm talking about. So, we just need to make sure that, Zaba, you don't overthrow Kalupi.
We don't kill Kalupi.
Not until you're of sound mind. Because,
Oh yeah.
not gonna
hey,
lie,
listen,
Kalupi
Austin.
is not an effective leader. And I do
Can we
think that
just
Syl should be leading
imprison
this whole
Kalupi
operation.
so I don't have to see him while we're on this voyage?
I can advise Kalupi to remain in his chambers and to avoid contact with you as much as
Oh, I
possible.
kind of would like his chambers, though. They're very nice.
I've got
Hey.
plans for Kalupi. We'll deal with that when we get back to the ship.
Then, in that case, we just need to make sure, Zaba, you're keeping of sound mind. Once you overcome this curse, this sword will be a great weapon for you. But until then, we gotta keep an eye on you.
Should we sleep then, Vesuviac? Will it be gone by morning?
Do I know if a rest would allow another chance for Zaba to overcome the curse, or would it just be better to keep moving on?
So
No, I feel good. We should just keep going. It's not like we're on the boat. We gotta find this thief. Maybe this curse will make me better at hunting.
so
He stole from me.
give me another. Here, roll me that.
Okay, gotcha.
No, so you're not sure, but Timothy,
Yeah,
if you wanted to,
I want to.
you could roll me that.
I'll roll it. Ooh,
Okay.
19 on the die.
Yeah, so Timothy, you do realize that very likely breaking the curse would mean having to dispel the spirit that is currently trapped inside the blade. And that once the curse is lifted, i.e. freeing the spirit from within the blade, then it'll just become a regular blade.
Cutlass.
A very, very strong, very powerful blade, but still
without
a
the
blade.
ghost. Yeah. So Timothy clears his throat, has a moment, it's like, oh dear, I forgot I was kind to this person here. Okay.
Suviak jumps at the
Yeah,
unexpected bed
sorry,
lady voice.
don't worry about that.
Hey,
So-
bread lady's here.
Yeah, Pumpkin, how you doing? I heard you were under a curse, and that's just no good there.
That's what
no
these
good
guys
at
are saying,
all.
but they are on it. I just want to hit the road. I don't know why they're stalling.
Oh, I know you do there, pal, and I completely get it. Here's the FYI for you all here, using Timothy's eyes here. There's a ghost in that sword, and that's the reason why it's unfortunately cursed there. So until that thing's dispelled, your good friend there is not going to necessarily be really nice to us, from what I'm
Hey.
gathering.
You know what? Timothy's full of ghosts. Now I got a ghost in my sword. Sil, we're gonna get you an eye patch with a ghost in it.
Oh,
I don't need a ghost, but
Oh,
Zaba,
yo.
doesn't that mean someone else kind of has control of your sword?
No, I have control of them through the sword.
That's not what I'm hearing.
it's.
The blade drinketh of the blood of its victim.
I'm
You've
so
heard
sorry,
me say.
Zaba. I don't want to correct you here. I like I said, I really appreciate you there, bud. But no, the ghost kind of has its hands on you, and it's kind of controlling you around like a little meat puppet, kind of like what I do with your friend here.
So what I am hearing from you is it is okay for ghosts to use Timothy as meat puppet, but my sword is not allowed to have a ghost in it. That's wrong.
No, we're
I mean,
trying to get rid of
we've
Timothy's ghost too.
Yeah, we've never settled on Timothy's ghost being okay, especially that Dark Star fellow.
And
No,
I mean,
he's rad bad egg.
if you're relying on the power of the ghost in that sword, doesn't that kind of make you weak, Zaba?
That's what you think, but Zaba has incredibly strong force of will. I not even know this ghost sword.
Yeah, but
That's
its power is still
that's the
in there.
problem.
So if you
How
kill
would-
it,
how would I
then it'll
know?
believe just you. You should
Yeah,
kill it.
you know what? Do you have the power to kill the ghost in the sword? The
Oh.
ghost in the machine?
I probably do.
I don't think so.
No, actually, your friend Vesuvius there's got a good point. Pumpkin, if we could just see that sword, it would be so nice.
I only need to hold the
You know,
sword for
I,
6 seconds.
Yeah, it's only just 6 seconds.
There's about a 0% chance I'm going to give you this sword.
Well, no,
could
we
of course
borrow
not.
them?
You should still hold the hilt. The
Yeah,
Subiac can
exactly.
just touch the blade.
It needs to be completely free for the spell to work.
Oh, you and your magical limitations.
You know, if I were to
Sorry.
drive it into someone, would that count as touching it enough for your magic?
If you were not touching the sword and I got to grab it, then yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's what my concern is. Zaba,
Why don't we
The-
workshop
you-
this? We've got a long walk. You know, you're worried about the boat, but we're gonna be out there for 2 or 3 days, I imagine.
I agree, and we should start to get moving. But while we walk, I do want to know about this Marni character. Because now that Carrie Underwood is saying that there's a ghost in your sword, and we haven't heard of this Marni character until you pulled up that sword, I get the feeling I know who is in that sword, and I want to know your last memories of them.
You know, there's not a whole lot to say. You know, Marni was an individual. They died. Some people were angry at me for them dying. Was not my fault, you know. I was unrelated. You know, just being a nice guy, handling my own shit at the time. Yeah, so, you know, Marni died, and then they weren't dead. You know, normal, like, weird fantasy island stuff.
Is that their sword?
You know, it's our sword.
But is it
I
their
doubt
sword?
Zaba's even taken enough time to truly examine it. It's
Okay.
a blade. Yeah. It was sticking out of the floor in a conspicuous way, so it was grabbed the sword.
And you saw nothing when you grabbed the sword at all? Nothing? You said you didn't even feel anything when you grabbed it?
I picked it up, looked around the room, saw, you know, nothing exciting, exploded Marni's, like, inkly projection into splatter on wall, then we left. Normal day, really.
All things considered for your group, yeah, that is pretty normal.
But Marni was undead while you were with them prior to this. You said that they died and then they weren't dead.
Oh,
Or
I
did you just mean
don't,
here?
you know, here they died again. They might have been undead. I didn't really ask questions, and, you know, since I don't really do the healing type of stuff, it was never important. You know, I've ran in some mixed circles, worked some odd jobs, you know, but, you know, a lot of that's behind me. I'm a good guy now. You've seen it. I even brought that woman a new chair after I smashed hers when I was angry.
Oh, yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, see, good guy. I don't know why I'm the one under interrogation.
It's because that sword is going to make you not a good guy if you are not careful.
He's fine.
Oh,
Let's
is it really
take-
though, dear?
Take that sword, we'll go kill this, what'd you say, cauldron?
Yeah,
Thing?
like a witch's house in a cauldron a little bit further down the road.
Yeah, let's go take care of that.
Okay. While we walk, I think Vesuviac is going to send a prayer up to Sarenrae as they walk, just to be like, hey, what do I do about this curse?
Help, he's a cursed sword!
All right. So yeah, let's take a look here.
So we head off.
Remove curse is a spell rank 4.
Yuck!
You got to be level 8 to cast remove curse.
Yuck!
I don't think you can do it.
No, I was looking at Dispel Magic and I was hoping that would do something, but that's definitely too low of a level.
You could
Curses are rough.
you could try to dispel magic, but you'd have to make a counteract check, which is pretty rough. But
Like, I can't even make the check since Zaba won't give me the sword, so... Because it specifies that, like, nobody else can be controlling the item.
right.
You
Okay.
need the sword to party, you know?
That's true.
Yep.
And Zaba's not one to stop the party.
That's true.
At least this isn't like you're gonna die in 2 hours kind of a
No,
curse.
7
no.
days.
This is just more of a minor inconvenience than anything.
Makes it very
Right.
good for
some
roleplay
fun
purposes.
flavor.
Exactly.
So, okay. So, I mean, there are... Basically, what you have to do is you got to figure out a way to split up Zaba and the sword.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Already working on it.
There's ways you can figure that out. Right.
I think, what is it right now at this moment in time, as we're starting to walk away, Timothy, who's still under the control of Carrie, does kind of go back to you guys. And just, while Zaba's probably big in charge up ahead, leading the way, he does whisper to you both, listen, the reason why I was pulled out was because Timothy, or I do have a way to entangle him. If we need to separate that sword from him.
Don't worry, go sleep.
I prefer not to. I prefer not to take that route unless we have a surefire way to break the curse.
I know. I've personally met a few people in my lifetime that have been under a curse's spell and, whoops, kind of died.
No, that's definitely a good option to know about, though. Thank you, Timothy.
Yeah, of course.
Underwood Gary.
It's okay. It gets real confusing. Speaking of, let me get back to Timothy. It's like without missing a beat, Timothy takes back on over and just like does like a shiver down his body. He's like, man, fuck.
Hey, you didn't collapse this time. You're getting better.
No, I'm getting better.
Does that mean you're like integrating with them? Should we be worried?
Maybe. No. No, we should be fine. Those two behave. It's the other one that doesn't.
So you folks travel about 3 miles, more inland, and you come across this cottage, and it's the area is getting really swampy at this part. The trail starts to, you start to walk next to some water, which starts getting deep, and there's a bunch of reeds forming, and eventually you come across a cottage on the edge of the swamp. I mean, it's haphazardly built. I mean, at best, it's probably just a bunch of scraps held together by, salvaged parts. There's a wooden dock, which honestly is probably the most solid looking structure of the whole thing that juts out into the swamp. And there is a busted up rowboat that is you can kind of see part of it that's under the dock, and its ass is hanging out from the other side of the dock, from the other side of the porch. So yeah, this is what you come across.
And what time of day is it? Sorry,
It's starting to get towards the evening at this point.
All right, looks like somebody's home. Do we want to knock politely, or is this like come out with your hands up, we have you surrounded kind of thing?
I mean, we have no reason to think we have to kill them, right? Other than testing out your sword.
You can just knock. I'm willing to knock. I'm willing to be the first one to knock.
Let me go. Is there a window? Let me go take a peek.
Yeah, go for it.
Stealth up.
Go.
I've already dealt with hags before, so I'm wondering if this could be a hag.
Fuck, let it not be another hag. Oh my god.
If it's a coven, we're in a bad way.
Oh, yeah. I'm in a bad way if we find a coven. Jesus.
Stealthing up. Side of the... Do I see any easily accessible little windows or cracks in the board?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a window right here.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I'll sneak to that window on the side.
So as you are stealthing and moving about half speed, it doesn't take long for while you're stealthing for an Orpak to bust through the door
Whoa.
Oops.
and just shout to y'all in the common tongue, just being like, "All right, now, I don't take too kindly to some of y'all trespassers and a bunch of unruly and unwelcome guests like yourselves. Now y'all gone get."
Oh, we didn't mean to disturb you. We're just
Yeah.
trying to track someone down. You haven't seen anybody with... Do you even know what this person... We don't know what they look like. Goop. Oh,
I
there's
just
the Orpak.
I just shared an image of what they look like.
Hmm.
Pig woman.
They've
Yeah.
got like.
It's definitely a male, but
Oh, it's male. Okay.
Oh, okay. They've got
It's like a goth Orpak wearing Vygar's armor from League of Legends.
yeah.
Ah.
It's got a very warlock vibe to it.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're magic to me. In this picture that it's showing has very much a dick-esque shape in it. In the middle of it. I don't know if y'all see it.
You're seeing things
I see it
That
now.
might be. Yeah, now you see it, right?
I see it now, but did not see it at first.
No, that's what I unfortunately first thought of.
Well, you know, Orpaks only have 4 fingers, so they have to shape their magic into the middle one.
You know what? That's true.
Yeah, and hovering along next behind the male Orpak witch is a lump of detritus, kind of just like hovers. It's an animated lump of detritus, which is clearly the witch's familiar.
Cool.
Think-
We're just heading to the fortress. We're trying to track down a thief. Have you seen anyone go by here?
Now, I don't want to get into y'all's business, but I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I know what lies ahead, and I'll just keep my mouth shut. Y'all gone get. I don't want no part of this.
Oh, you wouldn't be taking part, but, we'd really appreciate it if you could give us a heads up, and then we could just be on our way.
Have the people
Right.
at the fortress been giving you a hard time?
I'm just gonna leave. And he just kind of steps back into his cottage, but mostly through the threshold, but still keeping an eye out on y'all.
Do I see anything through his window?
Yeah, I mean, through his window, you can kind of you should be able to see what you see, right?
Oh, okay. Is there any sign of black, goopy resin crap?
No, I mean, his cottage is just kind of pretty well kept.
I don't think this is what we're looking for, everyone, unless you want to have another issue on our hands.
No,
keep moving.
please.
You know, we could always ask them some questions under duress.
Let's
No.
not.
No,
Okay.
I think we should, after we deal with the fortress, at least let them know what's going on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be back, friend. Hopefully you'll trust us more next time.
I mean, if y'all gonna go take care of those extra planar phenomena,
Oh yeah, those wormy
then
things.
then yeah, by all means, you have my blessing.
We've killed a few already. What do you know about them?
What you
We
mean,
found-
you killed some of them already?
Pull out some of that gross stuff we found on the bed. We found this. We took it from them. They're dead.
Oh yeah, the worms.
Oh,
Those things? Those wormy things?
you mean you ran into them?
Yeah, we killed like 2 of them.
Well, shit. How about you? Why didn't you say so much earlier? Well, goddamn. Okay. How about you? You want to come on in? I can make y'all some tea.
We'd love to.
I'd
We'll be on our
appreciate
best
that.
behavior. Pointed look at Zaba.
Zaba pointedly ignores the look.
And with that, I think it's about time, before we get too deep into it, we'll call that an episode.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Somebody want to take us out? Don't all speak up.
Like, yeah. So, thanks for coming and hanging out, folks. We appreciate all the support you give, whether it's through Patreon, in our Discord, or even leaving a review on iTunes or any of the other major podcast carriers. Every little bit helps and goes a long way in helping us grow and spread and introduce new people to this kind of strange little story we're telling on this side of the Paizoverse. So, yeah, thank you. May your party never end.
May your party nenever end.
May your party never end.
Your party never end.
Yep. The Jewel of the Indigo Isles Adventure Path is copyright 2023. All logos, titles, and artwork are property of Skyscraper Studios and Roll for Combat and used with permission. Pathfinder is a trademark of Paizo Incorporated. The theme music is written and performed by Robbie Whiplash.